Okay guys, welcome back. Now, I know I should have videoed me painting the NYG. Yesterday was a day from hell, so honestly, I wasn't even gonna paint the NYG. Day from hell or not, it was taped up. I figured it was time to be painted, so I painted it. I do apologize guys, but you know, we all have lives beyond this. And when you video stuff, it takes that much longer. Pretty well my dog died and then managed to come back, so it's been a rough few days. So here it is, let's go over it. So this is the first look I have on it as well, other than me obviously clearing it, but I don't know, I think it looks good. What do you think, Turple? Honest opinion.
I feel like it was really, really nice.
I would only know if I'd even buff it.
It's a little peely, but that's given with today's age of paint anyways, but like that's actually, I don't think I'd touch it either, honestly.
Not only that, it's painted in a goddamn garage.
Yeah, like this is actually, I think you got less dirt in this than like anything else you could have done. Like there's only like...
There's a couple spots.
There's a couple, but not...
No, that's dirt. You can't really see.
The one on the pillar.
Right there.
But like for what you're working with here.
Right there. There's just dirt. I ain't sanding that out. I'll tell you that right now. I do have a friends, thank frig. He died there, and I don't think he's even dead, but thankfully he's not on the car. I will always have a friend riding with me. Where is he? Right there. You want to find a way to piss off a painter? That always happens. And when you're in a home garage, that happens. So that was a spider or something that was indented in the clear. Came in to check on, it was after my second coat. I wasn't going to clear no more. Seen that, so I kind of fished it out with a piece of tape, which then leaves an indent. So then I kind of put a third coat of clear on it, a really heavy third coat of clear on it. And then right here, you can't see it now actually, right here from the heavy third coat of clear I did on the roof, there was a little bit of a dry spot here, so I put 4 coats of clear on this car. So Jeff wants to paint his next. Well, not next, but Jeff's going to be painting his cars. So to give you an idea, this was a half, well actually it was a gallon and a quart of base.
It was half a gallon.
And then he gave me a pint because he mixed a pint by mistake, which a pint will mix out to a quart because it's mixed 1 to 1, and a half a gallon is mixed to a gallon. So it's a gallon and a quart of paint I used, and a full gallon of clear. Let me look at that.
Did you use this all?
Full gallon of clear on a car and a trunk lid.
And that's only the inside of the trunk lid.
Yeah.
Still got doors, hood, fender.
I'm gonna need another gallon and a quart, I would say.
Yeah.
And then another gallon of clear. Why does it cost so much to paint my car? That's why. So we're gonna put the suspension on it today because this needs to go outside, and then we're gonna pull the doors in today. So when we do that, we'll start videoing. The engine bay was tricky. I wasn't happy with the engine bay. Well, it looks good now. And the reason I wasn't happy is there's a lot of curves, and you got to think when you're painting a full car. So here's the rad support. You're going underneath. You're grabbing your gun. So you're leaning over, and then you're trying to do this, as I'm doing this. And then you got to make sure you're going this way, and you're going that way, and I hate engine bays. So let me get one thing straight, guys. I never said I was a painter, but I'm pretty sure I could say you'd almost say this was done in a shop. Like a physical body shop. I've seen worse come out more.
My car worked a lot worse than this, and it was done by the body shop.
My black Camaro.
Oh god.
The black Camaro convertible that's outside, I bought, it was painted at a collision repair, and it looks like a 5-year-old did it. Yeah. And that was an insurance job. I would, if I own that car to this day, because it's warranted for life to the original owner, I would go back and lose my mind.
Yeah.
Now the joys. And when I say joys, now the interior can go back in, which won't be till after the doors are painted. Watch, as the doors go in today, they'll be painted Monday. So that's kind of exciting. So then the interior will go in. We're putting the black dash in for now, which will match the black door panels I have. If you're familiar with NYGs, they all were gray. Now, I do have kind of a surprise. I don't think Jeff's happy about it. You guys might not be happy about it, but this is going SRT swap. So before I get a whole bunch of hate mail, it's not going to SRT swap this second. We are going to rock it. We are going to drive it as the original 2-liter with some bolt-ons, cams, you know, underdrive pulley, long tube header, full exhaust. We're going to rock it that way, but we are going to SRT swap it to make it look like the car it should have been. So we're going to tape it, which will be quite boring for you guys, and then we'll come back and go from there. So the first thing we need to do is get the struts in spot. So he tightened that one too tight. Good thing is that gets covered with a strut bar, but still. We probably shouldn't be doing this. This was just painted last night around 7 o'clock. It is now 12 hours later. We are assembling. So you got to make sure that you don't tighten the top struts too much, but we need the struts on so we can get it outside. Good thing is, no matter what, we are having a strut bar, which we already have, that will go in the car, which will cover up any indent that bolt might cause. Leave a comment. Let me know what color of strut bar should we go. Powder coated black, powder coated silver, powder coated teal. I'm going to be doing a lot of teal stuff on the car, but I don't want to make it look like someone did that shouldn't be doing it. We'll say it that way. So once that gets done, we're going to do the rear taillights, which I'm going to let Jeff do so I can video it. It's kind of the nice thing of having 2 people. I really do work, but it's hard to video and do the work at the same time. For anyone that doesn't know, we are running BC coils. I think we are going to do the top plate silver. The joys of power coating system is we can power coat whatever the hell we want to power coat. The only downfall about a power coating system is we can power coat everything we want to power coat. We got too much stuff to be doing to worry about it, but gives you an idea. Now, this is oversprayed. I'm going to paint that black along with the rear one, and it won't be a today thing. But you will see that all that is now oversprayed. We are going to paint that with some Pour 16. So that'd be kind of cool. I think we are going to do the spring. We're going to powder coat the spring as well.
Yeah, because they're peeling.
Right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get taillight in. I think Jeff wants a clean rag. Now, all neons leak in the trunk. If you're new to neons, you'll know. So he's got some black silicone, and we're going to put a bead right around the gasket, and then we'll put it in. If you're not familiar with these taillights, these are export taillights. There is a lot of rare one-off parts for this car.
What do you mean? I have a set too.
Well,
Two off.
the taillights aren't, they're rare in Canada and in the States.
Yeah.
But, you know, like this car has passenger side delete panel for the mirror and factory AC, which isn't rare, but which is weird, and, you know, it's normal stuff.
It's rare on an ACR.
Now, we did start, when he was doing that, we did get the rubber on, and we started to put the upper channel on for your rubber moldings. So as you see, which gives you a nice little contrast. It's starting to come back. Alright, so now we are going to work on the NYG a little more. You've seen that it got painted. What we're going to do is we're going to swap the dashes around. So let me show you. Both are extremely dirty, so you can't really tell. This is a black, that one is a gray. So technically all you're going to see is basically this little black piece here, and this here and there. And that's technically it. But we want to swap it around so it looks right. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take these apart. We're gonna have to get the harness out because this harness is for a 98 harness. That harness is a 95. We're gonna stick with the 95 harness for now until we go SRT swap. So we're gonna take them off, we're gonna swap them around, and it should be good to go. So it took 17 minutes for me to strip that off. The only thing I have left to do is to undo the clip for the cigarette lighter, and then that harness will be going into this black dash. There's no point in watching that done twice because it is quite boring, but we'll be back, we'll have that dash swapped around, or the harness swapped around onto this black dash, and that way we can put it into the car. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we have the dash up here, the black dash. We're just gonna run the wiring where they need to go. So I started off at the fuse panel, worked my way over. So this is gonna give us the steering wheel, the ground, this is gonna be your heater control. So basically, it's just the same way you disassembled it if you're going this part. So we have the joys of putting the dash into the car, which is going to suck, but the good thing is we stuck the engine bay harness, so the actual, not the engine harness, but the bay harness in spot, and we got that routed in. If you look in here, you'll see that there's some clips here, you got your neutral safety switch, and a couple other clips that need to be done before the dash goes in, so we got that in, which means it's time now to slide this black dash in spot. Alright, so like I said earlier, we're going to get these glass in. So we couldn't find butyl tape or the proper butyl tape, so I'm just putting silicone all the way around. The butyl tape on the window is still soft. This one is still somewhat soft, but I wanted to put the extra little bit of silicone on to help it. So you're going to watch me. I'm going to put it in. Jeff's going to tighten it up. When he tightens it up, he's going to make sure he doesn't over tighten it because it will break the window. So we're using a 1/4 inch drive ratchet, so he can't really torque on it all that much, which is over there on the ground. So let's see how this goes. So you see we got it on. There was a little bit of butyl tape that came down here, so I wiped it off. with some wax and grease remover. Jeff's going to go from this side to this side. He's just going to jump around so it sucks it in all as one. Hi, Boos, Boos. Sit. 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 Oh, hi. You're cheating. Sit. Sit. Can you say hi? Can you give kisses? Thank you. Thank you. My turn? I think it's my turn. My turn. So that's one side on. Now we're going to do the other side. It's going to be the same thing as the other side. We aren't going to put this piece on yet because I want to build that out of carbon fiber. Have it like a green carbon fiber, I think. Green camo. There's really no point showing you guys the other side because it's literally the same thing we just did. So we're going to get that on. And then I'm going to show you how to wrap a headliner. We're going to do it in black suede. So we get the headliner in. Once the headliner is in, we can then put our green seat belts in.
I was just about to say we got to put the seat belts
in. With the green seat belts in, we then can put the side panels in. With the side panels in, we then can put the back seats in. And then we got to push the car over there because I want to paint in the garage. So yeah. Okay, so before we do the seat belts, it gets too dark. We are going to address this. Now, obviously, we want to get the NYG looking nice, and well, this ain't gonna cut it. So, unfortunately, they don't make this material no more. And for the most part, we probably could have reused it until you see stuff like that. So, there's no reusing it as I just rip it, and it's still ripping. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it in black suede. Before everyone starts jumping at me and telling me that it's not original and it shouldn't be suede and it's stupid and blah, 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 I swapped the whole interior to black. So yes, I'm doing the headliner in black suede, but we will be wrapping the sun visors in black suede as well to match. So this way it will be all the matching car. I might pop out that first. So we're going to walk you through it. I've done this a couple times. I'm pretty sure I've done it on 1 or 2 neons before. I've done it on the Turbo Sierra. Or is it really a point calling it a Turbo Sierra? Because it just sits in the driveway not done. So we've done it on the Sierra. And, well, yeah. So, this is going to be somewhat tricky to show you, but we're going to try to do it as best as possible. It is going to take 2 people, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to wrap it so we can get it in, get seatbelts in, and then get the interior pretty well buttoned up, which will help pick up a lot of stuff around. And then we're going to clean this up real quickly and put some parts in here because tomorrow I got to prime front and rear bumper on the NYG. The front bumper has bolt holes for license plate in the front. We ain't running that. And it has some hairline cracks from obviously being rear-ended or bumped into a parking spot at one point in time. Nothing major, but we need to fix that as well. So let's have some fun. Okay, so what I did was I laid it out. I did get 3 meters, which is roughly 3 times 3 is 9. It's roughly about 10.5 feet, 11 feet. So we're going to cut it. We're going to fold the top piece, and I'm going to walk you through how we're going to glue this down. Once we glue it down, obviously we got extra stuff if we want to do a different vehicle, which there's tons of those. Or if I want to do like the sun visors, Jeff was just mentioning maybe I think it's like the spray paint you can get.
Same stuff we dyed the carpet with in the silver.
It's really hard on it though. It's not good at all. Alright, so we got it laid out. What we're going to do is we're going to fold this end to roughly center. We're going to spray our glue down. We're going to start working our way this way. Get it to where we want it. Same with all the edges here. Once we get the edges like this, obviously we can go over a little bit. We'll spray on the inside. We'll cut off any excess stuff, either with a brand new razor blade or with the scissors. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Once this side's glued from here over, we'll take this side, we will flip it over. We're going to spray our feather spray adhesive on it, and it should be good to go. In theory, and when you have 2 rednecks doing something, well, sometimes theory is all you have. Okay, so what you need to make sure you do, and I've done this before, is not spray too much in one spot. It will saturate the suede or your material, and it will make it look like crap. So I'm going to, I guess I can start wherever, because technically we're peeling it back the other way. So we can just literally go like this, You see I'm just kind of overlapping it. Nothing crazy. Now, I did notice I didn't get right up in here. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. We definitely don't do this for a living, I'll tell you that much. But it's getting there. Jeff's just reworking the edges a little bit. Down here is done pretty good. And like I said, just once we get up to the edges, we're gonna redo the edges, trim it back to where it needs to be. Then we can get this bad boy in. So I guess two rednecks do know what we're doing.
Ish.
You will see, I'm gonna point it out to you. That little white speckle, there. You can't really see it too much on camera. That's me squirting glue up like a moron and getting it on there. So if I can't steam clean it off, then I'll worry about it then. Jeff wants to do his in black, and Jeff's not as picky as I am.
Not even close.
So if it drives me nuts, it will be Jeff's headliner when the time comes, and then I'll just redo his. We do have extra anyways. And then Jeff gets a free headliner. It's like a win-win.
A win-win-win?
No, I wouldn't say that. We now have a black liner. Unfortunately, guys, as you see, it is dark outside. So we're gonna put the back seats in ourselves. We're gonna switch the seat belts around. We're gonna show you in the morning. Maybe we'll do a camera trick, and then we'll just edit the video so we can get it out to you guys. We do have a new series dropping. Can you make a Prius look nice? Or can you make a Prius, I wouldn't say acceptable, but kind of sporty? That's going to be dropping here soon too, guys, if you guys are interested in that. We are getting this done, and a big end. We got our parts for the Civic truck, so the box can be done. So it looks like some things are finishing up, so stay tuned, guys. Let's do a camera trick. Hey guys, like promised, it is the next day. We got the interior in. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to call it a day. We got to clean up this disaster out here. We have to get the other bumpers ready for paint, and we're going to lay some paint on that. So, as you guys see, we do have it in. So the headliner is done. Now, obviously, we have gray sun visors and gray around the dome light. I plan on painting them black. I do have spares. I'm going to do the visors black suede as well. The back SRT seats are in, which need to be cleaned. Front ones have always been in. We have the leather wrap steering wheel, and we do have the Mad Dog cluster. So we also have, as you see, is green seat belts for an added touch. So we're gonna get this up to you guys so you guys can see. Videos are here or there, guys. I do apologize, but my dog does have cancer, so I'm kind of spending time with him. So hopefully you guys stick it through, and we'll see you on the next one, which should be probably the next couple days. We want to get the doors, fenders, bumpers, and trunk painted, and we get that installed, and then we can start working on the motor. Motor is going to be all power coated. We are going to stick with the 2-liter for now with factory AC. We're going to pull the K-frame, get that power coated as well, control arms, redo the suspension, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.